I painted this little duckling 4 times. Do you want to see? This is one of them, and I used 4 very different techniques to paint this duckling, and I'll show you all 4. But I just want to tell you, while I was on vacation, I was determined to make some use of my time, and so I read this entire book. I committed to it. And one of the things that I've learned that I've never heard of was called color bridging. So what color bridging is say you have a very yellow duck against a very dark blue background. What you want to do is color bridge between the yellow duck and the dark blue background. And before I worked on this painting, this was completely yellow and this was completely dark gray blue. So what I did was I pulled some of this blue up into the duck, and I put some of the yellow down in the water directly under the duck to pull, to create what is called, by Jean Dobie. I highly recommend this book to learn how to make colors sing. But she talked about color bridging to help the viewer's eye move from bright yellow pop color into these areas that are halfway between this color and this color, with which I pulled some of this neutral tint or Payne's gray up into the duck at the bottom of the duck, and I also added some yellow in the water. So that creates a color bridge to help the viewer's eye move through the painting. So that's something that in my next upcoming tutorials, I will be sprinkling little nuggets of so many amazing tips that I learned from reading this book throughout my next upcoming tutorials. So stay tuned. And that's why I say, even if you don't care about painting a duckling or a cat or whatever my tutorial is, watch the tutorial, because you're going to learn all the new things I've been learning. I'm always learning new things. So this one's not quite done. That one's not quite finished, but I used a different technique to start each of these paintings. Like this one, I painted wet and dry. This one I painted most closely to the new techniques I learned in the Lisa Wong workshop I just coordinated and took as a student in Charleston, where she was teaching techniques that were new to her. And this painting started out with kind of a riff on those ideas. This was more wet and wet, and this is my fur out effect technique, which you have to use a certain paint color. So this will be a fun little tutorial for my students to learn how you can paint the same thing several different ways. So stay tuned for that. And until next time, go watercolor your world. Bye, everybody.